Welcome to the Recruiter Startup Podcast. I'm going to depress myself on this podcast because I was supposed to be in Austin recording this. And James, you were supposed to be showing me your lovely office and
I was.
amazing city. But here we
I
are.
was.
In our
No,
little,
no. I was excited to show you around the city. The sort of the live music capital of the world. But here we are. We can't go out or can't do anything. So it's very different circumstances.
so, James, tell me, are you a DJ or what's going on in the background here?
Yeah. I guess in my younger days, before I had kids, used to DJ. Yeah, I've got all the setup back there. So used to play at sort of clubs and bars. Like, yeah, I used to really enjoy it. But now I can't do too many late nights, and it's more early mornings with the kids. But I still got the setup.
So you had both kids when you were over in Austin, is that right?
No, so they're both in the UK. So we moved where my daughter was like 5 years ago. So my daughter was sort of just coming up to two, and my son was 3 weeks old. Yeah, so I always say I've got the quarantine cut at the moment. I don't usually do this, but I was like, I haven't got still got the hair, which is good. But because I said I moved, had a newborn, moved house, moved country, and set up a new business all in the same month. So kind of like puts it all in perspective. I was like, if you can get through that, you can get through anything. So yeah, it was kind of a crazy time when we moved.
So today we're going to talk about the best kept secret in America, Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And I can just hear the recruitment founders out there. Their ears are starting to prickle up. They're
Yeah.
hearing about New York. They're hearing about LA. Everybody's budget has kind of got cut a little bit, and they're going to think, where else? Where else? Oh, Austin Fraser, they've been there for a while. Let's hope Dualta gets under the hood here and gets some good stuff out of this guy.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to reveal all. We've been here for 5 years now, so we're one of the first sort of British companies, recruitment companies here. So I guess the gold rush. A lot of people have come since, but
Yeah.
it's as you mentioned, one of the worst kept secrets.
Yeah. So I did a bit of checking before. There's basically 7 UK recruitment firms
Okay.
in Austin. You're probably the one that scaled the most. What would firstly walk me through what those early days were like when you went over with all that family pressure, and you were setting up a new business unit. Had you business already before you went over? Did you incubate in the UK?
So we incubated in the UK. We had no business, and so I used to run. Yeah, I used to. And I said I wanted a challenge, and yeah, I definitely got one.
You're really
I was
bad
running up.
incubation.
I was running our UK permanent team in our Reading office, and and that was up until sort of February 2015. On March the 1st, I was Team USA, and by Team USA, it was just me. And so I had so our database, we used Bullhorn, and there was no clients, no candidates, there was no records, and it was like, okay, Mr. USA, off you go. I sort of, well, so pretty daunting on that first month when it's like, okay, trying to generate business yourself.
Yeah.
I actually hired. There was three people who were from Austin.
Yeah.
We flew them from Austin to Reading, and they got the pleasure of living in Reading for sort of 5 months. So had them and Alex Mason, who was he was one of our contracts consultants in the UK, and they were the founding five. That we started with, and for the next sort of 5 months, we were actually working in our Reading office, but working the Austin market. So we had the area code 512. We had a 512 number. We weren't sort of ghosting anyone. We were telling people we were in the UK and the situation, but we were working sort of midday until sort of 9 or 10 at night every day, which is kind of an interesting experience. And I probably wouldn't recommend it, but it's good. Yeah, good story to tell.
How did you persuade locals to move over to the UK for a long period of time? Like Americans,
Yeah, yes. I think I guess maybe the charm and romance of Reading got it for them, but I think I think actually it was more, we're, you know, the culture. Austin Fraser is, all about sort of culture and the people, and I think what we didn't want to do is just open up shop in Austin
Yeah,
and and it just be me trying to tell the story and say, oh, trust me, we're a great company. Look at what we've got in Reading, because then it's a bit about us and them. Um, but we wanted to, we invested, heavily into it, because we wanted the founding five, to move to Austin and go, I can see the vision. I
mm,
can see what's happened in Reading, or I can see that, the German offices and what's happening there, and how well they're doing, and for them to be a part of something bigger, rather than just the walls that you're confined in, or those five people.
mm,
So, but those people, I think the original five, they were so excited about the opportunity, to grow something from the ground up, and it really was the ground up. We had nothing, like I say, no business, so
mm.
everything was, fought for, and I think that helped with people, sense of satisfaction and ownership.
Um, did you keep the UK centric 360 model, or did you move to more Americanized?
So we started off just doing, like perm recruitment.
Mm,
We were doing 360. Everyone had specific vertical markets, and to be honest, it's unheard of in Austin, but like back then, 5 years ago. So it was a real, USP, and so over time, more companies are adapting. They can, let's say, or imitating, and it's not anything too special these days. But we were doing 360 on, the perm side, and then on contracts we were doing, the 180 model. So we had actually a bit of a
mm.
combination.
And what was the biggest challenge? Because what's your head count now?
So we're about, in Austin, about just under 30.
Under 30. Okay. What was like the biggest challenge getting up to say like 20 heads?
Uh, Up to 20 head. I think so. Is getting the right infrastructure in place. So getting the right leadership, and I guess making sure that we were, so like, we, I guess, because at the start it was just me,
Mm,
running it, and so it was just, I sort of grew grew and grew to sort of 10, 15 people, and all direct reports, but then making sure that we had, the right sort of next generation of leadership coming through.
mm,
What I've loved about Austin Fraser is it's all merit based. So we typically promote from within,
mm.
and there's really clear goals to hit. So it was just a matter of time before we got the right people in the right positions. Getting to 10 people was, fairly straightforward. I could manage that. But I guess scaling beyond that, I really needed some help, and that's where some of the key figures in the US, Austin Fraser US, sort of took charge of certain areas or certain markets, and have really helped.
Do you focus on the Austin market, or do you use it as a base to go after higher yield markets like San Francisco?
So we've never done anything in San Francisco. 95% of our, placements in, the Austin office are based in Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a handful a year, maybe, that are outside of Austin, but very, very rare.
Would you say it's a relationship driven city?
100%. Yeah, I think that's the struggle we had at the start. And I maybe had a bit of naivety. I was really good at business development in the UK, and
Yeah.
I thought, I got this. Going to America. Whenever I've been on holiday in America, you speak English, or English accent, and they want to know your story. So I tried doing that, with business development in the US, and it was, expecting the red carpet to be rolled out, but it didn't happen that way. There's a lot of relationships which go back a lot of years, and it took a lot of work to I guess build those relationships and build the trust
Yeah.
in order to us to like move business forward.
I get asked a lot, like people call me up and they say, I'm going to launch in America, like, is it just the same as the UK? And, is there a different way of working? And I'm like, you can't just group America as like, I always think like I've worked in Canada and I've worked in Australia and obviously here in the UK and that. And I think like I would put Texas, from my experience, I don't have as much as you, but I would put that as more the country town mentality where those relationships are really important. New York, San Francisco, it's a bit more transactional, like it's product. I don't know if that's is that in line with what your perception is?
And I speak to other recruiters or recruitment business owners in like the Bay Area or in New York, and it's very much when I'm explaining how we do business and they explain how they do, it's it's like two different countries. So when you said about grouping America together, I'm like, that's the wrong thing to do, because I've also seen people with a big city mentality come to Austin and kind of get eaten alive. Or it's a very you've got to build up a reputation. It's very difficult to build up a good reputation, but it's very easy to lose one very quickly. So I think I've seen people or companies come and just not have the best reputation, or businesses talk trash about them, and so it's just a thing you have to face, or like different challenges.
Yeah, tell me what's been the journey during COVID for you guys?
Interesting. So I guess we've been a couple of months now. We were one of those recruitment companies where we're like, let's all be in the office. Like we want to be together. Because recruitment is such a hard job. So being surrounded by great people kind of like eases the pain. It's like it makes it a lot more fun.
The energy can be contagious.
Absolutely. Trying to do like business development or something at home, you can ebbs and flows, right? So but like with COVID, everyone's got laptops. Everyone's already set up to be remote. So it wasn't like we had to take our big like PCs or computers home or anything like that. So we've got fantastic IT team, and so we said, it was on the start of March. I think it was one sort of Thursday or Friday. We're like, okay, well, we've never had everyone work remote before, so let's try it on Monday. So everyone went on Monday to work remote, because we wanted to make sure that our UK, German, and US offices were all operational. There was no hitches before committing to something. So the Monday went smoothly. And we said, well, we'll just keep this going. And never did I thought it'd be sort of 2 months into this, and still be at home. But so that from an operational standpoint, it was so smooth. So it was great. From a business standpoint, is it obviously a bit of a slap in the face, because we had so many jobs and so many. It was a candidate driven market where the candidate is king. We have we understood our pipeline and in a bit of a flow to then going, all the jobs, I say all the jobs, a lot of the jobs put on hold, and there's an influx of candidates coming onto the market where, people are being laid off, furloughed and whatever. So, and it was quite challenging, because we went from a candidate driven market to more of a client led one. And a lot of the people who work for us have never experienced that before. I'm probably one of the few in the US that have. So being able to adapt and pivot, I was like being agile. And we've actually been like the Austin office has done tremendously well. Like the character that they've shown has been phenomenal. Everyone's kind of banded together. And there's still companies that are hiring out there. You can just see all the the leads or the jobs posted. There's still hiring to be had. However, it is much more competitive. So I mean, it's
real chore getting paid as well.
Yeah, especially as you're trying to get hold of people who are all sat at home as well. So there's no like office numbers to reach people on.
How how's this going to change your strategic plan moving forward?
Uh, I think what in terms of remote working, or do you mean? I guess.
Sure, like I mean, you like before, right? As you just said, we were in we were in a candidate short market. You know, jobs everywhere. People are in the office. There's a load that
Yeah,
has changed. Um, like now that you're sitting down, you're looking at your budgets. You're looking at your head count. You're looking at the way that people are working from home. You're almost working with a different business than the one you had before.
yeah.
What does the outlook look like? Like when you come out of this, what do you visualize?
So I think yeah, this the time being remote and through this pandemic has given a lot of reflection time. I think that the way of the world will change. Say post COVID, and I think that there's a lot of companies that are looking at just going complete remote. They're like, actually, we've functioning,
Mm.
as normal. And I was speaking to one of my friends at a large insurance company here in the US, and he said that they've got thousands of employees in an office here, and they are all going to be remote, and they're not going back to the office. I don't think we'll be that drastic because I've got half the people, more than half the people ready to get back to the office and missing everyone, and we're on house party app, or they're FaceTiming all the time and can't wait to go back. The other half are going, I'm actually really enjoying this, and I think, and they were actually thriving during it. They're being able to work hard, get the results, spend more time with family. Austin traffic is pretty terrible,
Yeah.
so they're like, I don't have to spend an hour each way in a car. And I'm sacrificing, seeing my son or daughter grow up because I'm traveling to an office. So
Mm.
I'm going, when we come through the other side with the, I guess the remote side, I'm going open-minded. We've got sort of plans as a business that what we want to
Yeah.
achieve, and I think people can do it from wherever they want. So
So,
I guess
like,
from a
so I've been
sorry,
talking like this for years, right?
yeah.
And now everybody's speaking my language, which is weird. Uh, so I'm guessing you visualize a world where somebody's working remote in San Francisco for you, and they're feeding you jobs. They're out there networking, they're doing their thing, and they're delivering, but you're not paying for a big office, and you have your core in Austin.
I mean, it's a potential. I think, look, it's all about, what I don't want to do is completely pivot, because again, company culture is vital to us.
Yeah,
I guess any concern would be, if we've got people dotted all over the country, then it becomes a bit, disconnected. Whether it's the individuals disconnected from the main hub, or may not never feel that they're a part of the team because they're not based here. I think I'd love to grow out each city with people who are based there, but just having more of an open mind of when I guess the travel or the restriction of
yeah.
the recruitment hours.
You haven't got there fully yet. Yeah, yeah. We'll get there. Hey.
Yeah, I'm still a recruitment dinosaur at heart. Yeah.
That's good. It's good though. 3 months ago, these conversations weren't even happening. That's what
Yeah.
makes it really interesting. And it's one of the reasons I started doing the podcast again.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. So that there piece may change the way you operate. Do you feel like your clients, like a lot of the jobs you'll work, are going to be remote as well?
We've noticed a big shift as well, because it was trying to find remote jobs in Austin was not, it was very challenging.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's people going, well, we're going to be remote during this period, but until it's safe to do so. However, most likely it's going to be the rest of the year we'll work remote. So, and then then the conversations are like, I guess if you do a good job when you're remote, you don't have to come to the office, and
Yeah.
it kind of if people are doing the right work and not having to be in the office, it's going to be a win-win for businesses, saving on office costs, and also for the people who want to be working remote.
Let me finish up by asking you some stuff just to sicken me. What do you love about Austin? I should be there. This is killing me.
I know. Well, you need to come here, and we'll go for a beer and some live music. I mean, and some the famous barbecue as well. I mean, I mentioned a few things there, but I think for me, what I love about Austin, well, the weather is one of the reasons why I wanted to move out of the UK. I just love being outdoors, whether it's golfing, cycling, or whatever. I just love being outdoors, and so the Texas weather. I'm one of the few people who don't complain about the heat in the summer. The greenery. It makes me sound really old saying that, but I think. But okay, so when someone mentioned to me, oh, you should look at Texas as a potential office. I mean, being called Austin Fraser and being based in Austin is purely coincidental. But when someone said Texas, I was thinking, like dusty saloons, cowboys, like horses, and but it's not. It's really green and it's really beautiful. Great. It's a great landscape. The bars and the restaurants, fantastic. There's so much choice.
And from a business perspective,
I wasn't sure if I was just talking personal, but from a business perspective, I think there's a great hybrid, mixture of small startups. There's Capital Factory and these incubators that are helping these small startups. Someone comes up with an idea and it's being put into practice, through to the large businesses. You've got Dell here, like Dell, Apple, Facebook, Google. I mean, all the big companies are here. So you've got everything from two people sat in an office through to these huge multinational businesses. So from a recruitment perspective, I mean, whatever you go for, whether it's the larger businesses or the small or mid-sized ones, there's something for everyone. So I think from a business, and I think everyone is. I guess everyone's a transplant. So that what I mean by that is not many people are actually from Austin. So people are always up for networking, for meeting, and just making new friends, right? So I found that's great, been great for business.
And what's the most challenging thing in growing out a recruitment business there?
The most challenging thing is I think that it changes, but for us, I believe it's the amount of competition. And now it's competition not in recruitment. And it's for the retention. But you've got, I mentioned Google, Facebook, all of these big companies who are all after, the best of the best salespeople. So you've got to, and they offer, more, not just salary, but perks than you can imagine. And so I guess making sure that when you're hiring people, it's about getting the right people, because otherwise you could either not attract them in the first place or end up losing them. So I think for Austin, it's just a super competitive town for the best talent.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. That's why Trump needs to sort out this E2 stuff, so I can start filling people over who are visa tied and can't go join Facebook after they.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a good strategy to have. And I think if you can get, I mean, obviously it's tough getting these visas, but I'm hoping it picks back up, because I'd love to see some more Brits over here. It's quite good. There's not too many of us, but whatever football team, or in America soccer team that you support, there's a separate bar for each one. So it's good to see all the Brits. It's usually just the Brits there. It's 7-8 o'clock in the morning watching the football.
You're making me jealous of my old expat life. I'm in the mood for a move. Thanks very much for joining me today. It's been a real pleasure. Hopefully we'll get over there. Maybe we can check out the offices and see the city properly.
That would be awesome. I'd love that.